What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about WLFI today. Before we get into the charts, I do want to make a little bit of a point here about this project specifically, okay? And I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm not trying to get into politics. I'm just going to talk freely here, okay? There are a lot of famous people. There are a lot of smart people and wealthy people who talk about this project, who believe in this project and talk very positively about this project, right? There's the Trumps. There's the Tates that talk about this. There's plenty of other people too that talk about this. But anybody with market experience, like myself and plenty of other people out there, saw this coming from a mile away that WLFI would drop. It's a money grab and nothing more. And it will be around. It's probably a project that is here to stay and will be utilized. But as far as growing your capital from an investment point of view goes, this is going to provide very minimal returns. I do believe we'll see new all-time highs with WLFI. I very much do believe it. But we're going to go over a lot as to why I believe we have a lot lower to go first. Before we move up, we have to move down, okay? And again, the thing that I was talking about at first there is that there are a lot of celebrities, famous, wealthy, intelligent people, charismatic people who talk positively about this thing, right? And the thing is, whether they're talking positively about it and they know it's going down and they're just trying to get people to buy their bags, or whether they're talking positively about it but they just don't know any better, even though they're smart and wealthy and famous, that doesn't mean that they can't be wrong. They can be wrong, right? There are people, and I'm talking specifically, in my opinion, like the person that comes to my mind is Tristan Tate, because I know he's got a large following, and he talks very bullishly about WLFI. There are a lot of people who just blindly follow a lot of the things that the Tate brothers say. And I think it's important to realize that even smart, successful people, charismatic people, can be wrong. Can be wrong, right? Whether you like them or not, they are smart people. I'm not trying to get into that, right? Oh, he said they're smart. That means he likes them. No, I find them entertaining. I would probably kick a beer back or two with them, honestly. Like I don't, but I'm not trying to get into all that right now, right? Do I agree with everything they say? No, but I have best friends who I don't agree with everything they say. We have completely. Me and my wife have different philosophies, and we are very cordial with each other. Anyways, I'm getting off on a whole different topic here. What I'm trying to say is, when you have smart, charismatic, famous people, wealthy people talking positively about a project, it makes you think, oh, they know something I don't know. This project's going to go up. But the reality is they can be wrong too, and they probably are wrong. And I'm very, very confident in what I'm about to tell you here, that this project has a lot lower to go, okay? How do we know it's got lower to go? We look at WLFI here on CoinMarketCap. It's dropped, first off, from its high, since it got listed on the perps on Bybit, which is essentially the same thing as getting listed, right? It got listed on this date, whatever, but from its high on this chart, because this is the all-time history chart, to its low, it's dropped 63% overall. It's down 55%. It's down from its high on its listing day. It's down 50% right now. And even with that, you still have a $4.8 billion market cap, okay? Let me make some sense to you right now if you believe WLFI is going to change your life financially, okay? Ready? Maybe as a tool, maybe as something to use, like to implement in like the financial world, whatever the hell their game plan is, their business model is cool. But as far as an investment vehicle goes, no. Why? Because you want to invest in coins that are at $4 million that climb to $4 billion. You're already at $4 billion. Where are you going to go? How you're going to get to $100 billion? You're going to get to a multi-$100 billion market cap in your first cycle? I don't think so. That doesn't happen. It's happened for two cryptos in all of existence. That was XRP and Ethereum. Didn't even happen for Bitcoin. Why did it happen for those two? Because the market was not nearly as saturated as it is now. They were setting up the foundations for various niche things in the crypto space, right? XRP was the first bank coin, literally designed. Crypto was all about getting rid of the financial institutions. XRP is about bringing them on. Foundation, first kind of pilgrimage, pioneers in that kind of space. Ethereum, first smart contracts, and they built a whole ecosystem of which a variety of cryptocurrencies. Anybody could make cryptos easily. It's only gotten easier with various projects too, but it's that foundation, it's that first one, it's the pioneer, right? And again, less saturation. That's the only reason those coins hit over $100 billion market cap in the first cycle. And not to mention that 2017, 2018 alt cycle was freaking bananas, man. We haven't seen anything like it since. We probably never will. You know, hints of it here in the meme coin markets and stuff, you know, in various niche spaces. But just from an overall across the board spectrum, man, that market was crazy. We're much more saturated now. There's so many different projects, so many different coins. That doesn't mean that we can't see extraordinary growth. But if you've got a market cap already of $4 billion, what are you going to, $4.8 billion, what are you going to do? You got more tokens to unlock too. We click on this thing, we look at it, the amount of supply that there is, we're going to get into the charts here in a second, I promise you. But you're number 29. I can't tell you, this is my third bull market, you guys. I've been doing this shenanigans for 10 years, okay? Every coin that I've ever seen that comes out in its first month or two or year of life and it's already in the top 50, it's gone within the next year. It's gone. You probably haven't heard of any of them, right? Plenty of them do it and they go. They're gone, right? Talking to you, Hyperliquid and SWE. I'm just saying, it's not a good look. You want to build a community. You want to build people who hodl for a long time. You're not going to do it by dumping on them. But you're dumping on them, so you're not meant to do that, right? The people who are going to benefit the most from this are people who use the ecosystem, not the people who invest. That's the purpose behind this. I hope you understand that, right? If the purpose was to make you money as an investor, it would not come out at a $4.8 billion valuation. No institutions, Trump's institutions or otherwise, are going to put hundreds of billions of dollars into this until it's been run through, until we find a bear market, we find a floor, and we go through the hardships. Any experienced investor will tell you, no matter what the promise is, no matter what the tech is, no matter what the sales pitch is, blah, 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 I could promise you the world. But if it doesn't stand the test of time, it doesn't matter. And time is what it takes to implement those kind of levels in value, hundreds of billions of dollars. If it's not going to see $100 billion, you shouldn't invest in this thing. Not financial advice, at least not here. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, because again, $100 billion from here, it's almost at a $5 billion market cap. That's a 20x. The average altcoin, you guys, there are coins in the top 20, top 30, top 10 that will do more than a 20x. Talking to you, XRP, talking about you, Dogecoin, that are going to see more than a 20x, okay? Maybe Dogecoin doesn't see more than a 20x. Maybe it sees about a 20x. I might have gotten a little carried away there. But various coins will. This is not one of them. And at its best, at its possible best, it might. It might, right? Maybe you get to $100 billion, maybe. But the deal here is even at $100 billion in market cap, your circulating supply is 24.6 billion, your total supply is 100 billion, and those unlocks happen every month until this bull cycle's over, and even afterwards. It's not, even if it gets to $100 billion, that will not 20x the price. Do you understand what I'm saying? And getting to $100 billion is impossible. It's 99.99% not likely to happen, okay? I went on this whole spiel because I need to slap some sense into people who are listening, right? Again, back to the idea here, listening to educated, smart, or that's the same thing, educated, wealthy, famous individuals, very charismatic people. And I'm not just talking about the tapes, I'm not just talking about the Trumps, anybody and everybody who's promoting WLFI who's in the same boat. I'm talking about any of them. They can be wrong. They're human beings. You think that they got to their levels of success so they were just always right? They were never wrong? They probably got burned plenty of times. And you're going to get burned if you're investing in this thing, right? Now, if you hold until the end of the cycle, I would imagine that even at this price now, even at this valuation of 19 cents, 20 cents, I would imagine that this thing gets to prices above $1 by the end of the cycle. But what, $1? Maybe $2? Maybe? Maybe $3? Maybe? There's so much potential in this market. You want to limit it with a less than 20x capability. I don't think that's good. Anyways, let's get into the charts, okay? WLFI. WLFI here, now that I've been dad, all right, it's going to go lower. It's rare that you get a coin that comes out at a multi-billion-dollar market cap valuation and it doesn't dump to something below a billion-dollar market cap. We get to the $100 million market cap area. Not $100 million, but $600 million, $500 million, whatever, $700 million. Low to high here. You hit the 1272, came up to the 786, 886 area, found resistance here, and you're probably going to go lower. You're at 19.6 cents now. I don't care. You can put all of King Midas's gold in here. This thing's still going to dump, you guys. It's going lower. There's a lot of volume on the sell. Do you see how much volume was coming in here on the sell? You see how little volume there was in comparison on the buy? And in fact, the biggest candle you had was a candle that most of it was a wick, actually. We're selling. We're going lower. And the volume's decreasing now as you're moving lower, but that doesn't matter. You're in this consolidation phase. Once you break out of it, the volume will come in. You're going to go lower. You're at a $5 billion market cap almost here. I would imagine, as crazy as it might sound to some people, you got like 80% more to drop, man. You got a lot lower to go, yeah? 80%. Because that's what it'll take. right? I mean, 90% from 5 billion puts you at 500 million, right? You could very well drop 90% or more, man. You are going so freaking, and that's where the opportunity lies. You want to make money investing in this thing. Okay, maybe buy it whenever it's below a cent. All right, let's see. How low are we going to go? 80 you guys, the 3618, you're going to 3.4 cents or lower. You're at 82% drop. Maybe a 90% drop all the way down at 1.7 cents. Maybe you don't go below a cent, okay? You've got a lot of dumping to do. All right? And my expectation would be, just looking at this here, because that is such a dramatic drop, it's either going to happen fast, so fast that it makes your head spin, or maybe we're starting its bear market now. Maybe this thing drops here, pumps at 13 cents with the rest of the market, and then it kind of dilly-dallies, does its thing, whatever. We never actually see a new all-time high. Maybe we never actually get there, and we just continue to sell because all this pressure keeps coming in. And by the time the market's over, the bull market's done, maybe that's whenever we drop. I don't know. I mean, here we are at 4.8 billion. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, realistically, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't drop to a price that's lower. I got fixated on that price that's below $1 billion, but maybe we don't get there in the bull cycle, because it's the freaking bull cycle. Maybe you might get saved by the bell, but then in which case, again, we're back to square one. It shouldn't interest you as a point of investment. The only reason I would be interested in investing in this thing is if it was down here. But what, you're going to drop all the way down there and then come all the way back? I don't see that happening. All by the end of the cycle, like what? Maybe. That'd be great if it happened. That'd be great. The best thing for WLFI would probably be to just nuke down to prices below 4 cents, genuinely. I don't know how low it's going to go, but maybe I got overzealous with this, right? I don't see that happening, because what? You're just going to spend the whole bull cycle, the rest of the bull cycle moving down, and then you're going to spend the bear cycle moving up? Probably not. Or what? You're going to go lower? Probably not, right? I don't think that's what's going to happen. So I might have been overzealous there. I think that we are going to go lower. Let's just stick with the next step. How about that? Okay. With this look about us right now, I would think we go down to about 13.3 cents. We'll probably find support around there. Let's test back and see, do we find another lower high and then move lower, or do we break out and then we move higher? You know, if we're in peak alt season going into the end of the year, I actually really wouldn't be surprised if we were moving higher. I would expect that by the end of this year, maybe you're not at new all-time highs, but I would expect that you're back above 30 cents by the end of the year. If I'm wrong, it's only because you're a straight dumpster fire. But one thing's for sure, I'm staying away from it. If you gave me access to your capital, I would keep your capital away from this with both hands until it's below like 4 cents, personally. And even then, we'd have to look at it. I got nothing else for you guys. Lower is the expectation. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Bye.